Hey, this is Rue, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
I went into your Spotify because I saw the flyer for school night, and I was already too late for school night, so there was no way I could make it. So I went onto your Spotify, and Sober caught my attention
Dope.
instantly.
Awesome.
Talk to me about your creative process, dude, because I've never heard a sound like that.
Thank you.
And this is new, and it blows my mind that you just told me right now that this project has been around for only like 6 months.
Yeah, the project's been around for about 6 months. I started doing kind of just messing around with different sounds, trying to craft something. So primarily the first 3 months of the project started with just trying to craft a sound, something that that I felt was really me, that was honest, that I had a lot of intent behind. I've always felt like the most important thing for an artist to do is to really be able to be their favorite artist that they've ever heard.
Right.
You know what I mean? Make music that they want to hear, and and create something that they can really get behind. So that was like my main focus and my main goal is I wanted to be able to get behind my music so heavy that I could show it to anybody and have full confidence in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So I mean, like as far as creative process was going, it was just I built just recently moved up to Valencia, hence the record title Valenciaga,
Right.
and I built out a studio in my house. We have like a garage, and I just converted the whole thing to a studio, put up new walls, decked it out, made it look all nice and dope, and got all my music equipment in there, and I just went to work, just messing around. The singles that I have on my Spotify, those first 4 songs that I have on there, I produced myself. I wrote, recorded, produced, mixed, and mastered them all myself. It was just a huge goal I had. I was like, I've always just written the songs and made demos and then taken them to my friends, producers, whatever, to have them recreate them.
Right.
But on this one, I was like, dude, I got to do this. I've been doing music for such a long time. Like, I got to be able to be the guy who can, once I go into this, it makes me more valuable to myself anyways. You know what I mean? It's to be able to go in there and be the writer, the producer, being able to mix. Even though I don't want to do all that,
Right.
I'm able to now. So, so that was just like the process of just, starting with vocals first. I always write with with lyrics and melody first. It always starts with melody, constantly singing. So, I just will write something that I feel is good. I sing it, and if I can remember it when I get home, to get home to write in the studio, and I don't record it on my phone like a voice memo or something, then I know that it's something that's worth keeping.
Right.
So that's kind of my process. Then I end up building a song around it. You always. Oh, I take that back. I never actually. The music never really suits the vocal.
Yeah.
That's something I kind of like that juxtaposition of, especially with myself, with the way I look and the way my music sounds. It's it doesn't really match, but I feel like it doesn't have to.
Right.
You know what I mean? So sometimes I'll write a really sad song with really happy music behind it, or really happy song with sad music behind it, or something. So I don't know, man. I kind of just whatever feels right, whatever sounds good, whatever feels good when you're listening to it. I feel is what the song wants, what the song needs is what you do.
No, I like that you kind of have multiple dynamics with the songs that you have out right now. So Sober, obviously, it's like more lower. Like I guess that's more, that's more vulnerable for you.
Yeah.
Like, and then we have Can We Pray? Or When We Pray.
When We Pray actually
and
is
like
not supposed to be on my Spotify account.
really.
That song's not supposed to be on there. That song I did with this label, and it was a huge mess. The song was never actually supposed to get released.
Oh, shit.
The record label has it up. It's not supposed to be there, and they will not take it off.
Oh,
So, and I have not seen any royalties from that song at all. So I have no idea what's going on with that, but it's on like Amazon, Spotify, iTunes, and I'm like, dude, I do not want this on my Spotify because that's not my music. Like, so yeah, so that's been a big mess. Been trying to figure that out. But yeah, When We Pray is actually not one of my songs that are supposed
That
to
is
be on.
crazy, man. Like,
I know, right?
that is nuts,
Well,
and there's
I hear that
nothing you
song,
can do about
I can't
it.
do anything about it. I just pretty much just the only thing I can do is just keep releasing music, and the plays go up higher, so that way that'll just push that thing to the bottom, and no one will ever see it
Right.
until the record label decides to remove it. What can you do?
Shit.
Yeah.
That's
so
insane.
that's the deal with that thing.
That's
Yeah.
insane. So take me into this album that's about to drop, Valenciaga, and tell me about the creative process behind it. Like, is this now you have your studio at home? Is this where majority of the record was created, or did you bounce around to different studios? Did you actually collaborate with other people for it?
So on this record, I have 2 of my really good friends, Charlie and Eric. They have a production team called Feels, and they make just absolutely incredible music. So they're working with a lot of dope artists. One of the dudes who's actually playing my record release show with me on August 30th, his name's Say. But they just do everything from like pop to hip hop to R&B. Like they do electronic music. I mean, they do scoring. They're amazing, super talented dudes. But we used to be in a band together back in the day called Soul Tribe. And they started doing their production duo. And so when I was like, yo, I've accomplished the goal that I wanted to do with producing a couple songs by myself. Now I want to go in and I want to write with you guys. So we just started putting our heads together. We really wanted to go for a sound that was just kind of fresh, and we're like, yo, let's do some like really dope like lo-fi like hip hop style boom bap beats with with like some dope pop structuring and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean the music itself is it's essentially like alternative kind of pop stuff. But it has a lot of different flares of, electronic stuff, some PB R&B kind of stuff in it. But it was just like we set a timeline. I feel like setting timelines when you're doing music is super important. So make sure your whole team is on board and everybody knows like it's got to be completed by this date. So we set a timeline for it, and we worked on it for about 3 months, and we didn't write like 30 songs for the record. We wrote the 7 songs that needed to be on the record. Yeah, so it was like when we sat down to write a song, we're like, okay, let's start the song. I had the melodies already. A few of them I had demos for prior. And when we would start something, if it wasn't it, then we just tossed it. Yeah. So it was like we knew that we just had to make the 7 songs that we wanted to be on the record. And the ones that I felt, I mean, it's like you got to do everything with intent and with heart, man. And it's just like if you don't feel it, if you can't get behind what you're about to do right now, then just move on. Right. You know what I mean? Because the second that the mood or the vibe dies in the session, like it's over. Yeah, you know what I mean? True. Like you're beating a dead horse at that point. Yeah. So yeah, it was just attacking 7 songs that we knew that we wanted to put on the record. That I think about 5 of them I had already had vocals written for, and we just went in on the tracks, and I mean it came together beautifully, man. It's the best body of work I've ever been a part of. Yeah. So I'm absolutely in love with everything that we did with that record.
Now, out of curiosity, because I mean, and now I'm really thinking about it now that you mentioned, like, it's only been 6 months. So in these 6 months, you've released like 3 other songs that are on your Spotify account. So, what is it? How come you didn't choose to put those songs already on this album and just release them as singles? Aside from Tangerine.
Yeah, Tangerine is on the record. It's just the first single. It's kind of just like a teaser, kind of like what the record was going to be. Similar sound to what I was doing before. Yeah. But I'm constantly writing, so I felt like, it wasn't fair to redo songs or to put songs that were already out. Like, I feel like I just want to keep releasing material and just keep putting stuff out there. I mean, dude, there's kids out there that are so hungry right now they're just going as hard as they can, and they're putting, 2 singles out a month, a single out a month, a record out every, 2 records out a year, stuff like that, LPs, EPs. So it's like, while you're sleeping, some other kids out there grinding and, putting out music. So, that's true. I'm not afraid to continue to write. I don't feel like I'm going to run out of steam anytime soon. Yeah. So I'm just going as fast and as hard as I can, but making sure that everything that I put out is quality and that it is, personal and real. You know what I mean? Like I've just got so much life experience, just from the things that I've been through in my life that I just got, plenty of shit to talk about, plenty of stuff to write about. So
I know growing up, like in the music industry, like, you being in the Divines was what like helped you kind of learn how to write a song, how to like produce a track. Mm-hmm. How do you feel that now your evolution is like, now that you're doing your solo project, you've gone through a couple other, musical projects. Like, how do you feel you are today? Like as far as the artist?
Tainted. No, I'm kidding. I mean, it's, there's nothing, no better way to learn than from experience. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like just getting thrown into it and just figuring shit out as you go is like priceless. You know what I mean? Like you cannot put a price on that. So, I mean, everything that I've gone through doing music, from the Divine to Soul Tribe, the Hard Knocks, to this project now, I mean, it's just been like, everything's just learning. And I feel like this time, and I look back and I'm like, thank God that this record deal fell through, or thank God that, I don't work with these people anymore, and I look back at it, I'm just like, man, like seriously, thank God that I'm not stuck in that, for a 5-year, 10-year contract, or I have to write 3 more records that sounded like that, because, I was maturing, and now I really honestly feel like I'm at a place where, I'm just doing whatever I want to do. Yeah. I don't have anybody to answer to. I'm not stuck into anything. I don't have any band members to deal with. Not that that's a bad thing, but like, just when you have a vision, it delays things, and you're relying on other people to get things done. So if someone doesn't have the same work ethic as you, or doesn't want to move as quickly as you do, you're kind of at their mercy. Yeah. So yeah, man, I'm just like, right now I'm just at a place where it's like, I've got a great team of people behind me. Who everybody just sees the vision and they just want to be a part of it. Right. Everyone's excited about it. Everything just feels good, and I don't have to like listen to someone tell me, nah, I don't think we should do that. You know what I mean? I refuse to do that. I'm not letting nobody tell me to not to release music, not to, or don't post these pictures, or don't you know, don't say that, don't write about that, like fuck all that, like, you know what I mean? I'm just doing exactly what I want to do, how I want to do it, when I want to do it, you know. And I think that's the beauty. I mean, that's what art should be. You know what I mean? You don't want to, a painter's not going to sit down at a canvas and sit there and have someone tell him like, I think you should, don't use that color. It's like, fuck you, what are you talking about, don't use that color? This is my painting. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that, it's your vision of something that you see. You know, should we wait for that to shut up? Okay. But it's your vision of what you see in your mind is coming to fruition through music. And, you know, I feel like anything that you create with passion is art. You know, it's something that you're passionate about, that you're creating, that is art. And I don't think that anybody should tell you how to do that. You know, and I don't think anyone should ever shit or put down something that someone has created.
Right.
I hate when I hear people talk about music. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I don't like. Like, I'll be honest 100%. Like, I am, like, kind of, I wouldn't say a music snob, but like I just don't like a lot of things, you know. But I'd never disrespect anybody saying that shit sucks. Right. You know what I mean? Because that's something that someone created. That's like telling someone that their kid sucks. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you don't tell someone that their beautiful brand new baby sucks. You know what I mean? Like, that's something beautiful, and it's, you know, what people are trying to create. I think that, you know, there's a place for everything. Even like you hear like songs that are like, you know, just like stupid fun hip hop rap songs. You know what I mean? You hear on the radio, like, what? You know what I mean? Like, this is like, everybody loves a song, but I mean, it has its place. It makes people happy. It makes people feel good when they're out with their friends partying and stuff like that. So it does have its place. You know what I mean? But as long as someone's putting something out into the world that, you know, has some kind of place, some kind of meaning, and it's not just bullshit for them to get famous or something like that, then yeah, I think it's great. You know what I mean? I think that people should continue doing that. People should continue putting out art. You know, it helps us excel as a society. You know what I mean? Just like, you know, looking at music from back then to now, I mean, there's been such a big change because people continue to grow and keep changing, and that's why we have new music genres. You know what I mean? Thank God that people are pushing the envelope and, you know, just doing whatever the fuck they want to do, you know, because that continues to help everybody make new music, you know?
That's very true. Like, that's very true. Now, this album drops August 23rd. By the time you guys watch it, it's probably already out. So, you know, when people listen to this record, what is it that you, like, hope that people get out of the album?
I hope that, I mean, my primary focus is always to evoke emotion from people. You know what I mean? Like, I've dealt with a lot of depression growing up, drug abuse, horrible relationships, toxic shit that in my life that I just, you know, didn't at the time see a way to get through or get past. So I write a lot about that kind of stuff. It's not all sad, you know what I mean? But, you know, but I think that I want just people to think when they hear it, you know, to enjoy listening to it and to really just make them think, evoke some kind of emotion or some thought that just says, oh, fuck, like, this dude gets it. You know, he's been there, he's been through it, and like, he gets me, you know what I mean? Kind of thing. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I just want people to just like enjoy it and just feel like that same love and that same kind of like, you know, like passion for life that I feel when I get to play music. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it, man. That's it. Yeah. That's it.
Well, congratulations with this record, man. I'm glad I found you, like, because I feel like this is just the start of something major.
Did you get a chance to listen to the record?
I did, and like, I'm super excited for what you got.
Thank you, man.
The last track though, like, I gotta admit, like, I love that you started with your son. Like, that was amazing.
Thank you, I did that to close the record. That was the last song that we recorded, and we did it that way for a reason, because Coda's been I get super emotional about this, but you know, Coda's just been like so instrumental in my life with changing my whole outlook on how everything is. You know what I mean? Like, when that kid was born, man, my depression just went away. You know what I mean? Like, it's just been like, excuse me.
Dude, that's amazing.
But yeah, man, he's such a good kid. You know, he's just like, he's everything to me. And when I did that song, it was only meant, that song I almost didn't put on the record because I just wanted that song to just be for him. You know what I mean? And when we finished recording, they're like, bro, we got to put this on the LP. We got to do this one last. And it's just a beautiful song. It came out great, man. But it's just like, it just spilt my heart out. And it just like, it was literally just like, I wrote a letter to him just telling him like, yo, bro, like, you're my boy. I got you forever, you know? So yeah, so Coco is definitely like, I'm like really worried about playing that song live because I feel like I might just break down on stage, you know?
I feel like when you play though, you kind of have to bring them on stage though. You can't just play it.
Strap him my chest in a baby carrier and just go at it. But yeah, I mean, I played it for him the other day and he loved it. He was just playing air drums and he's loving it, man. Yeah.
That's so sick. Well, dude, congratulations with this. I look forward to like more music, more shows. I got to catch your show. I didn't catch that show, but I definitely got to catch more shows with you. You guys be sure to check out ROUXX if you haven't already. New album is out now. Valenciaga, and thanks for watching here on Front Row Live.